Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Nosy Neighbors. You know what time it is. Today, I got something very personal I want to share with y'all. As you guys know, I kind of alluded to in earlier videos, but I contracted COVID-19 about 2 years ago, and one of the lingering effects was the loss of my sense of smell. Scientifically, they know that as anosmia or anosmia. Now, bottom line up front, hey man, I want to let you guys know I am not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV. All right, I say again, I am not a doctor, but I just want to share my experience with you guys and see how potentially my situation could help some of y'all. All right, so today we're going to be talking about aromatherapy and how I use that to help me regain my sense of smell. And before we get started, I'd like to give you guys this really funny story about when I realized that I lost my sense of smell. So I was in a hotel room for training and I accidentally left some food on the stove. I don't necessarily recall what it was that I was cooking, but anyways, the fire alarm went off and I had to evacuate the building, and the clerk let me know that it was my room that that was the I guess source of the alarm going off. She asked me if I smelled smoke before it went off, and I told her no. She didn't let me know I probably need to go see a doctor because my ears, nose, and eyes all weren't working because I basically ran off the plug and I missed all of the signs of COVID. But at the time, COVID-19 was a relatively new thing, and very few of us knew much anything at all about it. So literally, I couldn't smell shit. Also, food tasted a bit bland and kind of different, and I couldn't enjoy my favorite hobby, which is me smelling things, specifically perfumes and scented candles, which is kind of like my source of happiness and part of the reason why I actually do this channel. So fast forward, after a long time of like not having my complete sense of smell, I did a little bit of research on my own, maybe a little WMD, WebMD, Men's Health, you know, the usuals. And that's when I ran across this article talking about anosmia, which brings me to what I'm talking about today, which is aromatherapy. So what I have in hand right now is actually lavender, an essential oil. And lavender is one of those scents that I personally identify with. I think I told you guys in earlier videos that this is one of the first notes, or one of the first notes that I actually recall, like from memory as a youth. So picking this scent, which is what the magazine recommended that I do, is go with 4 essentially smells that you remember or you're familiar with, such as lemon, rose, eucalyptus, mint, things of that nature. That's basically what they actually suggested that I do, which is find the scents of essential oils that you're most familiar with and try to visualize that sense or that smell whenever you're doing it, to try to jog that memory, to more or less make the brain remember what that scent smelled like the first time, or maybe not even the first time, but like a memory that you cling to where you kind of revert back to that smell. And through muscle memory, which is probably not muscles, but through muscle memories, that's how your brain could kind of take that snapshot and snap back into what it was before, or that memory of that smell. Now, real quick, I want to be clear, a disclaimer. Aromatherapy isn't necessarily a guaranteed cure, and this is really from my point of view, and your mileage may vary. But I decided to give it a try, and I started by using different essential oils known for their therapeutic properties. Like I said earlier, eucalyptus, rosemary, lemon, rose, things that I was familiar with. And these oils are also known to have an impact on the olfactory system and may help stimulate the nerves responsible for our sense of smell. I guess I picked the right ones, huh? We got eucalyptus, lavender, bergamot, since I ran out of lemon because it's delicious, rose, and something everybody should be familiar with, peppermint. How I did it was I would just take a good waft of it for over 5 to 10 seconds, take a break, and I will repeat that process by doing that 3 to 5 times each scent, and I would just rotate through the various senses or essential oils, right? To where I started to actually pick up on those different scents, and they started to change over time. And I think that the exposure had a lot to do with me getting those fine differentiations of scents back to my nose. So got back to my senses, so to speak. One thing that I want to remind people that doing this was kind of a long process, and it did not happen overnight. A lot of scents that I smelled really strange and gave off a real chemical vibe, but I just kept doing it. Gradually my sense of smell started to improve, and I began to recognize familiar scents again and with more depth. And that was just an amazing feeling. And again, I want to stress that I'm not suggesting aromatherapy is a replacement for medical advice. Like I told y'all, this is like the third or fourth time. I am not a doctor. If you're experiencing anosmia or nosmia or any other health issues, it's important that you guys consult with a healthcare provider or professional. But for me, incorporating aromatherapy into my daily routine made a noticeable difference in my overall recovery of my sense of smell and a little bit of my taste as well. So check it out. Now, as we continue to navigate the effects of this pandemic, well, it's not even a pandemic anymore, is it? Nope. But as we continue to navigate through this time where we're exposed to things like COVID-19 that could take away our sense of smell and taste, there's a lot of things that you got to keep in mind, right? That could potentially affect your sense of smell, such as smoking or fatigue or just being around some other things that can kind of drown those natural smells out. So how you fight that is clear the palate. You can use coffee, like sniff on coffee to try to clear that palate, kind of like they do in the malls. Yeah, that's a way for you guys to kind of get that sense of smell back. But you gotta rotate between these individual scents as much as you possibly can, all right? But I'm not gonna bore y'all with more. You get the point. But the overarching concept is this. Aromatherapy worked for me. I'm not saying it's gonna work for you, but it's worth a shot. And that's all for today's videos. If you guys enjoyed it or found this helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, for more content like this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, bye guys. Live good and smell well.